While still inside the mother, the child formed a relationship with the mother that needs to be respected. The children have a right to be conceived of by a woman who is able to give that caring, nursing bond on the mammalian level, and to raise a family with siblings. And to have a father that would provide and protect that home, that has the ability to, mammalian ability to love and defend and protect, even to death, his home. Then their children go out into the community to love and protect and build the community, make it safe for their children. And as their children go out into society to take positions of responsibility and love, protect mankind, and care about the future, to have this culture where a healthy mammalian level mothers and fathers are the foundation of the culture, caring for the children, respecting the children's rights, and a society that protects this structure, that not punishing those who are deprived of enough caring, that they're autistic or homosexual. If they're criminal, yes, they need to be prosecuted, removed from society, even executed. Why let somebody free who, like in Florida, who just goes and murders little girls? It's insane. They can't help themselves, but they need to deal with the reality and have good judgment to protect. And there's nothing wrong with the death penalty. It shouldn't be cruel, but someone who is deprived of the ability to respect human life, innocent human life, it doesn't mean that there isn't a time when someone needs to be protected from the pain and suffering in a way that is not a threat to anyone, doesn't violate anyone. That's another matter. How to build this healthy culture and this wonderful Christian foundation that we have, and the wonderful respect that comes from the Buddhist culture, the Taoism, respect for life, the dogmatic memorization and making culture into a manipulative cult where the children are so indoctrinated that they have no individual sovereignty. This is a crime against the children. Children should not be required to memorize. They should be given the opportunity to investigate like we did when we were running through the woods and tipping over stones to see what life was under there and what wiggled, and catching fish and raising animals and building dog houses and the different things of learning of life and engaging in life actively, raising gardens. Now children, I call it being raised in a chicken coop. After such a rich life in the country, I was never good in school. I didn't go to high school. I failed 2 years, and I thought I was dumb because I couldn't memorize. They had changed from learning spelling by rote memorization to phonetics in the middle of my brain organization, which means in the middle of my brain organization it was totally disorganized in that area. And I still lack the ability to memorize. difficulty in remembering names. Now, as I get older, I wonder how much of that is due to age, but it always was a problem with me. Research showed of those children that were of the two types of learning to spell, rote memorization. The best was total phonetics. The next best was total memorization, like flashcards, and rat, cat, mat, sat, and so forth. The third best was those who were started on phonetics, which is a very flexible system, to rote memorization. And the third group, and I don't remember the professor's name, but it was the University of Buffalo that did the research, but the rote memorization to phonetics in the middle of brain development was a disabling as far as spelling and memorization went. And that's where I am. I'm so thankful. I have to think rather than memorize. And I have to think from my experience. And that's natural for children. Before I was in school, that's what we were doing. We were learning by doing, helping my father build, dig gardens, raise animals, hunt, fish, trap, pick fruit, you name it. Well, we need to do something to protect the mammalian health of the human species. We need to do something to protect the healthy homes of a mammalian healthy father and mother, responsible and with the control to meet the responsibility for their children in their home, working together with others. And it is those successful couples that need to be raised to positions of authority and government and of apostleship, demonstrating the love in them by the product of their love, their children, their communities, their work, their life of work, being elevated on that foundation. And that's my best understanding now how to organize the societal background to help clarify the truth of what builds and what degrades human society, what is the foundation of a healthy culture, rather than a dominating cult or a way of life, or the degeneration into a lack of a way of life that has repeatedly destroyed civilizations. We can build a society that generates homosexuality. That's easy. Just deprive children of the necessary nursing bond and loving father and healthy male-female relationship, and you will generate many more people who are unable to love beyond loving others like themselves. The levels of love is a fundamental of this. First, we need to love ourselves. Every child loves itself, needs to be like a lord, just make noise and is served. And then, of course, they need to learn to respect others. And the next level that a healthy child goes through is loving others like self. And when there's sexual differentiation for early childhood, it's preference for their own sex. Boys like to play with boys and girls like to play with girls, up until some hormonal awakening sexually, and then often it's for those who have a healthy enough foundation, their sexual awakening directs them to something different than them. This has to do with proximity too. Studies of the kibbutzim in Israel showed that males and females raised together tended not to want to marry. They like family, like marrying brother and sister.